Yo, gang, what's going on? What's the word? What we talking about? What we talking about, ladies and gents? Robbie, we are back for another react. This one's going to be coming from O'Shea Jackson. It's going to be talking about Cooking with Kya's downfall is getting hard to watch. I ain't gonna lie, I follow her on TikTok. I seen a video just today. She was doing something. I don't know if that was her little brother or whoever, but I didn't think that she was falling off or anything like that. I thought she just switched and did different content, but we're going to see what this video is talking about. We're going to see what it's talking about. So let's not waste no time. Be sure to like, sub to the channel, leave the comments down below. Let's get to this video.
From 2024 to 2025, a young lady from Southern California took over TikTok with a bunch of cooking videos. And whenever the video started, we all heard
Cooking with Kya.
And Cooking with Kya would indeed blow up. Not only would she blow up on TikTok, but she would become, for quite a while, a very, very popular streamer. A very, very popular streamer. And we all know what happened at Streamers University last year, where she had that incident and she ended up dumping her boyfriend at the time, Zay Braun. She suffered a lot of criticism online, especially from ladies who were hating on her because she had a male fan
she
base,
definitely
and
was
also
getting a lot of hate
because of some of the twerking that she was doing. Also, the way she handled the Zay Braun thing caught her a lot of animosity, and she would actually have this breakdown.
What do I do? That's so bad. Like, I'm so confused. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing. It's so rare that I see positive stuff about me.
But Cooking with Kya would do pretty good, at least to the end of 2025. But something was fishy. In 2026, I haven't really heard a lot about Cooking with Kya. And a lot of people are starting to notice it. We're almost out of the first quarter of 2026, and there is no word of Cooking with Kya anywhere.
He's right, you know.
And that brings me to something that came across my desk just yesterday.
Cooking with Kya is the definition of self-sabotage. I'm talking about she need to write a book on how to life up. Just this time last year, you couldn't scroll on any app without hearing her jingle. Everybody wanted a plate from her. Then she decided to take her ass to Streamer University, get cracked, come home, tell the internet she broke up with her boyfriend because he wasn't good enough, then boom, whole life went down the drain. She ain't get no brand deals, ain't get to bake with Martha Stewart, ain't get to be a chef for Stefan Diggs. Nothing. Soon as she decided to leave her boyfriend because of the fame, her whole life went to shambles. I hope y'all really learned a very important lesson from this. Stop thinking you bigger than the program. Don't let the fame get to your head. And most important of all, don't leave behind the ones who only wanted to see you succeed.
This young dude put out this video, and again, folks thought he was hating. But when you really look at it, it made sense. Like, let's look at some of these videos that she's been posting. Again, this video that you're looking at right now has about 1.2 million views. It's pretty good. But if you look at the last few videos on her TikTok page, it's not looking good at all. The last video she posted has 96,000 views, 54,000 views, then 38,000 views, because as it seems, Cooking with Kya is no longer making food content. And when she was making food content, she didn't have her classic intro. If you go to the video, you'll see a whole bunch of people calling it out. Like, this person really fell off. Let's get you back up there. Please do the intros.
Well, to be fair, man, when she was doing the intros, it was an issue. You know, I remember that was the thing right before I think she went and did the video with DDG. They was cooking or whatever. They had an issue. They was like, oh, you know, she's taking the attention away from married men or men in relationships. And the thing was like, look, well, if you don't want your man's watching me, then you need to cook for them. You know what I'm saying? That's what the whole thing was, at least from what I remember. You know what I'm saying? So I think the thing is with, Kaya, is that if she's to get brand deals and things like that, that is going to play a part in it. Your intros, having you twerking and stuff like that. Like, it's only but so far that ghetto shit is going to get you. You feel me? I mean, you could make money off of that, but it's going to basically put you in a box. If you want the Nabiscos and the Keebler brands and the sponsorships, you can't be twerking on your TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Because your social media page is basically your resume at this point, especially if you're a content creator and you're looking to get the attention of big brands. Your social medias is your resume, man. So if you got some stuff in there that's just like, this is a child-friendly, safe space, we can't really have that, that's the issue you're going to run into. So that might have been why she did that. Just thought I'd throw that out there, but let's continue.
Got him! This person, the Queen of Spades, no more of the little jingle? That must have been your man's favorite part. Right, like what's happened? She must have gotten tired of taking people's man. Down. This other person says, if y'all don't let her be cute and cook her stuff, nothing is that serious. And that made me think about something just in general. What would make Cooking with Kya leave something that, in my honest opinion, would be very lucrative?
I think the biggest lie that you're sold as a creator is that you can just live for a living. That if you just post yourself online and tell your story, you're going to be blessed with monetary opportunity. And while that is true in the short term, to maintain on that hamster wheel of doing brand deals, I believe, is the reason why a lot of people burn out.
So, first of all, Cooking with Kya is a short form content creator, and then she was live streaming. Now, the thing is, it's a lot of work to make money as a content creator, for sure. And Cooking with Kya was in an industry that is like very niche based, let's say like food and stuff like that. She was getting hooked up with Aiden Ross and certain other people, but for whatever reasons, those relationships fell through. And then
the issue with brand deals is that, one, your future financial security is at the mercy of some inbound brand deal coming in, and you don't know when your next brand is going to hit you up. Now, you can have these hot months where your content is hitting, and as a result, more brand managers are seeing it. And you'll have these months where you just go on a dry spell. And I've experienced that as a creator too, even though I had 900,000 followers, but I would still only land like one brand deal a month.
This part is also true about content creation. You know, somebody like Cooking with Kya in the short form game, they're unlike people like, let's say myself or Anton Daniels or even Tariq Nasheed. Because if you're in the long form commentary space and you can put out enough videos a lot, YouTube is a great place to do that. Cooking with Kya is more of a short form personality. So the videos that she does on TikTok probably don't get a whole lot of money. She probably could get a lot of money on streaming, but streaming is a hard thing to do.
That's a fact. Because even you take me, for example, my TikTok, I got about a little over 3,000 followers on there, but I rarely post on there now. I did like that whole G7 trend, and my joint just blew up. You know what I'm saying? Doing that, and I was just making any type of video and just tagging G7 in it, but I was just like, yeah, this ain't really for me. Like, I'm more of a long form dude doing vlogs and stuff like that. I want people to actually sit with my work or my content and actually get something out of it. Not to knock people that do short form content, you know what I'm saying? Get it how you get it. But you got to be able to long form game. That's where the money is. You can really blow up with that. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Let's get back to the video.
Like Kai Sanat, DDG, don't get me wrong. They are definitely paid, but they're working for a lot. Some of these dudes streaming 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day, 15 hours a day, wherever they're going. Like, that IRL streaming thing is crazy. And Cooking with Kya is a lady, so that may not be something that she wants to do all day. And then
If you are constantly relying on brand deals, your creative freedom is somewhat at the mercy of brands. And I think a lot of us get into content creation because we want to experience deep creative freedom. But then what ends up happening is that we have to slowly but surely tailor our content so more brands are friendly with it. Maybe you need to stop cursing. But as a result, over time, you start to just lose sight of the core purpose of why you even started creating videos in the first place, which sucks because you started this entire endeavor because you love it.
let's talk about brand deals in short form content creation. It is very true that a lot of people, especially some of these, tier one multinational companies, L'Oreal, some of these fast moving consumer good companies, Pernod Ricard, Diageo, companies like that, they like to use a brand ambassadors like Cooking with Kya. They have a huge audience and a huge engagement. The problem is because of her content with the twerking and all that stuff, it
Didn't I say
really
that?
leaves a lot to be desired. So even though you're getting a whole lot of views on TikTok, it's hard for somebody to really monetize you besides a betting company. And she did have a brand deal with Steak, but again, I'm not sure as to how well that thing went, and she doesn't have it anymore. And so now she's trying to position herself to go into lifestyle. And when we look at Cooking with Kya in the lifestyle, she's just not a good creator. That's just the reality of it. If she's not twerking or if she's not, cooking something that's very basic, nobody really has time for her.
Yeah, that's the fucked up part about it, is that she kind of put herself in a box with the twerking thing. You know what I'm saying? If she had came out the gate just cooking and giving us the food and stuff like that, and maybe just doing the whole Cooking with Kya jingle without the adult type of content, they would have been able to really push that. You know what I'm saying? She could have done some live streaming of her cooking and just use her face card to get her even further. But as soon as she put that twerking in there, man, it was like, all right, you basically boxed yourself in. Don't get me wrong. Some women work that to their advantage. I mean, she could go the OnlyFans route, but it's like, for what? Why would you, why do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, sucks, man. It just sucks.
And it's unfortunate because, well,
Yeah, the first one and probably the biggest one is the parasocial relationships. That is very real. People telling you what to do, people not liking you for certain things, or people almost like demanding and wanting you to be a certain way because they feel like they know you. That is a very real thing, and I don't think I like that. And because I already don't like that as someone that only has 200,000 followers, I'm not seeing myself going further, as in hitting 500, a million followers, because it's just going to get worse.
this content creator says something that's so important. She has about 200,000 followers on Instagram, so she says, and she doesn't want to be a content creator because it's now very parasocial. People are telling her what she should do, how she should behave, and for certain content creators, it can get to you. It don't get to me. I don't give a damn what y'all think at all.
So you
But
gotta
for
be out
somebody
here,
like
man.
Cooking with Kya, it may bother her. And it appears it did bother her. And so she's taking a big break. And now, if you're like young like her, you don't have any real business skills, you probably don't have a business manager, you're not really marketable right now. I mean, what else is there for you to do? It's nothing. People quickly forget about you. And this is not just Cooking with Kya that has this problem. This is a problem that a lot of these creators, especially female creators that really lead with, voluptuous body, that lead with some element of clapping in their content. The problem is, yes, they will get dudes to trick on them. They will get opportunities, but they still will need to work. If you're going to go to Twitch and stream all day, you got to put in the work. You're not going to be able to just get by because you're Cooking with Kya. And she did get into the right door. She got into the DDG door. She got into the Kai Cenat door. Got into the Aiden Ross door. But she didn't have the real work ethic to keep it coming, to keep it pumping every day. And it seems like she just burnt out. And now Cooking with Kya, what I see is she's just falling off. And this is what a lot of content creators.
You see, with Cooking with Kya, what she probably could have done was like I said, when she came out the gate, she should have just been cooking and things like that. Then you would have probably got the attention of someone on the Food Network. And you could have been like, if Emeril Lagasse was still out here, or Bobby Flay. See, I know my shit. If y'all know, y'all know. If those dudes were still out here cooking, Cake Boss, all them type of dudes, and she had got invited on there, like, she'd have been up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, the way in which she introduced herself in the cooking space. You know what I'm saying? She incorporated the twerking and stuff like that. And I'm not saying there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I mean, you know, you want to be yourself and things like that, but you got to think about the long game. You feel me? Like, you don't want to think about things in the short moment. You got to think about further along, like, yo, this is where I want to be. So let me come in, you know, clean, polished or whatever. And not just that you're trying to get, you know, into just dealing with corporate and how they are being structured. I mean, even just for yourself, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Creators do, because at first you see money and opportunities come, but brand deals don't come all that often. Like, let's say, for example, if you're Tupperware, you know, and Cooking with Kya isn't your niche. Well, Cooking with Kya probably has a lot of male followers that would not buy that Tupperware. It would be better if she had a smaller audience of like 100,000 people that were, let's say, women, wives, cooks. But no, you got like 2.3 million people who are not really built for the niche that you're trying to make. And like, what happens is, when you're trying to get these brand deals to get more income, you have to change who you are. This is what Cooking with Kya is trying to do now. She's gotten away from the jingle. She's trying to change who she is to get there to the brands. She's not making her own money. Like, stop the show. Like this show here, I'm making money talking about her ass, probably more than what she made today on TikTok. I know that's petty, right? But that's the reality of it. And a lot of chicks, and I'm gonna keep saying this, that's dealing with some level of booty clapping in their content, they're just going down by the wayside. I mean, look at the rise of AI models. They don't have to be real, but it does cut into somebody like Cooking with Kya. And it just shows that if you don't have any real skill, you don't have any real thing to offer the public, you're gonna be in a place where last year you were doing good, and this year you're nowhere to be found. I'm pretty sure she could come back and bring back the Cooking with Kya, but as it seems right now, she doesn't want anything to do with it because she's afraid of the image that she created for herself. That's right. Cooking with Kya was good until it wasn't. She doesn't want to twerk and cook anymore. Because why? I think she actually hates it. Just like certain women that get on OnlyFans and don't like it, or become like booty models and don't like it, and they just get tired of it. I think she's tired of it, and she feels like it's just not worth it anymore. I don't know what she's gonna do now, because the change that she's doing is a fall off from what she's been doing. So Cooking with Kya, the way she's going right now, is completely gone. And her ex-boyfriend Zabron, who was helping her out, you know, getting her money, getting her opportunities, hey, he has no reason to deal with her now. Seems like she's done, at least for today. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Get it again.
All right, that's going to be the end of the video, y'all. So going to close this out with my thoughts. So, man, listen, we are just living in a time and space where everything is just moving at lightning speed. So, you know, my fault, y'all. Having a 8-year-old kid is tough, especially when you're trying to work. But like I was saying, you know, life is just moving at lightning speed. So you really, really, really got to keep up and continuously reinvent yourself in so many different ways. And the thing with Cooking with Kya is that it's not that there was anything wrong with her cooking food. It's just that there's a lot of people in that space, just like there's a lot of people in this reaction space. There's a lot of people that vlog. You have to constantly continue to reinvent yourself. I think what she probably should have did was maybe come out with some Tuggerware, you know, Kya cookware or something like that. Something that she can continuously make revenue off of, where if she's, you know, make content using her stuff, that would have been dope. You know, that's a revolving continuous door of income, you know, when it slows up on TikTok. You know what I mean? Because I would imagine the money ain't really hitting over there on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? And then to come over to YouTube, this is where it really gets real, because to make long form content and keep people engaged, you got to really be coming with something. So I don't think it's the end for her. I think she just has to figure out, what can I do to get the eyes and ears of the people again, without me having to go back into doing the twerking and stuff like that to garner attention. What can I do to get the eyes of these big networks or these big brands? Maybe clean up my page, stuff like that. You know, figure out something. But I'm gonna make sure I link this video in case y'all want to go check out some more of his videos. Go support him. If you made it this far into my video, I appreciate you. Make sure you check that like button. Be sure to take the subway to my channel, and be sure to sound off in the comment section until security kicks your asses out. I want to hear y'all thoughts down below. But with all that being said, it's your boy Robbie. Until the next video, I'm out of here.